Okay, situation number 5, it's similar to May 2019 board exam. Okay? But this is already a recurring question din sa board exam. Hindi lang nung May 29, I think November pala, November 2019, no? Hindi lang nung lumabas, meron ng similar sa kanya even before and after it, no? Anyway, a temporary earth retaining wall consists of planks driven vertically into the ground. The wall is designed to resist 2.4 meters of soil. You are given, plank dimension is 300 millimeters wide and 75 millimeters thick. Tapos plank allowable stresses, yung for bending ay 10.4 megapascal. Tapos for shear, 0.8 megapascal. Tapos yung unit weight ng soil given, tapos given din yung active earth pressure coefficient. Okay, ano yung maximum flexural stress, etc. So, bali yung retaining wall natin, may plank. So, parang ganito yan. Totoo yan. Meron pa yung ano eh. Meron pa yung parang wall dito eh. Mahaba dapat yan. Okay, tapos naglagay ng plank. Yung mga plank, ano daw sabi? Ano siya eh? Sorry. Vertical natin. Okay, may mga plank. Yung mga plank, 300 by 75. So yung 300, sinabi niya specifically na yun yung wide, no? So bali pag ganito yung mga planks natin. Pag ganyan. No? Tapos meron din yan sa katabi niya. So marami yan, hindi lang isa. Ganyan. And so on. So mahaba pa yan. Pero yung i-analyze natin, isa lang. Yan. Yan yung mga wooden planks. Okay, tapos nandito yung soil. Soil yan. Okay? Tapos itong height na to, 2 point, ano? 2.4 meters. Okay? So, kapag ganyan, you are to analyze, actually, yung ano lang, supposedly, you are to analyze per meter width. No? Supposedly per meter width. So, kumbaga per meter na to. Yan. Or kung meron ng binigay na spacing na to, yun yung ano, yun yung parang tributary width na dadalhin nitong plank na to. Pero dahil wala, no, dahil wala, we can just use the width or the dimension of the plank itself, no? Kumbaga, kapag kinonsider natin itong plank na to, yan lang, parang i-assume natin na ganito siya. Ganyan siya, no? Tapos may soil dito sa likod. So, yun yung dadalhin niya, yung soil na yan. Ayun yung soil na yan sa likod. Okay? Tapos yung width na to, 300. Tapos yung thickness doon, 75. Okay? Tapos yung height nito, 2.4. And then, we will assume na ito ay driven into the ground. So, ibig sabihin, nakalubog yung ano niya, yung katawan niya dito sa ground. Ay, kung ground niyan. So, ibig sabihin, we will assume na fixed support ito. Okay? So, ang idealization natin, parang ito yung plank. Tapos meron ditong soil. Okay? Tapos alam naman natin na yung pressure diagram ng soil is triangular din. Parang tubig. Okay? Na kung saan, ang maximum intensity sa ilalim, ang maximum intensity dito, would be KA, which is ito yon, yung active coefficient, no, yun, times yung gamma, times yung H, yung depth. Okay? Which is kapag kinompute natin, that is gonna give us 1/3 times 17.3 yung gamma, tas yung H 2.4. That's gonna give us 13.84 kilonewton per meter. Okay? So now, we can compute the moment. Di ba? We can compute the moment. Kasi ang kailangan natin, maximum flexural. So, kailangan natin yung moment dito sa ilalim. Kasi may reaction yan eh. Ito yung moment reaction. So, to calculate the moment, moment lang tayo sa base. So, we have yung maximum moment is equal to, so di ba ang resultant nito is yung area lang yan, no? Times yung um, moment arm, which is 1/3 from the bottom. Okay? So, that is 1/2 base, no? By the way, guys, ito ay kilonewton per meter squared pa ha. Kasi gamma is kilonewton per meter cube. Yung H ay meter. So, nung minultiply mo itong dalawa, may iwan na meter squared. Ito kasi wala namang units to yung KA. Okay, so ito pa lang yan. So, 1/2. So, meron pa yung width. Meron pang width yan na 300 millimeters. So, bali yung ano natin dyan, yung triangular loading natin dyan, solid shape. Okay? So volume ang kailangan natin. So 1/2, ang base natin ay 1384. Tapos yung H natin ay 2.4. Tapos meron tayo ditong width na 0.3. Ito. Okay, times 0.3. Okay? And then don't forget times moment arm. Usog ko lang. Okay? Okay, so so yung moment arm natin, as mentioned, 1/3 ng H, so 2.4/3. So our maximum moment at the base would be equal to okay, 3.986 kilonewton meter. Okay? And from here, we can now calculate the maximum bending stress. MC/I. So yung M natin, syempre, 3.986, gawin natin Newton millimeter. Ang tanong dito, ano yung C? Yun yung medyo tricky part dito. Okay? So take note na na yung bending occurs in this axis. In this axis. Diyan yung bending. 'Di ba? Pag ganito. Pag ganito yung bending. Pag ganyan. Okay, bending about this axis. So kung bending about that axis, kapag tinignan natin yung cross section, ganito itsura niya. Ito yung 75. Ito yung 300. Ito yung axis of bending. Okay? Yan yung axis of bending. So, ibig sabihin, yung C natin, ito, from here to here. And that is 75/2. Okay? So, this is 75/2. Tapos, yung I natin, Di ba ang moment of inertia na gagamitin is yung moment of inertia about the same axis of bending. Madaling sabihin na BH cube over 12. Tapos kadalasan ang ginagamit natin na is yung mas malaki. Pero hindi laging ganun. Depende kasi kung ano yung axis of bending. Kung ang axis of bending mo ay ito, yung naka-cube sa moment of inertia is yung perpendicular na dimension. So in this case, yung 75. So it's going to be 300 times 75 cube over 12. And that is the calculation for the maximum bending stress. So that's 14.17. Okay, and that's our answer for number 1. Okay. Next, what is the maximum shear stress of VQ over IB? Okay, so VQ over IB. So bakit mo VQ over IB? Hindi ba pwedeng force over area? Total, may force dito. Di ba may dito yung reaction yan eh. Dito. Okay? Hindi ba pwedeng force over area? So guys, applicable lang po yung force over area kung simple yung application ng stress. Ibig sabihin, direktang in-apply doon sa body. Dito kasi yung shear dyan ay merong combination ng bending. Magbe-bend kasi to. Magbe-bend yan. So pag merong bending na involved, hindi na po pwede yung simple shear na force over area. Ang gagamitin mo na palagi is yung horizontal shear stress or flexural shear stress na tinatawag na ang formula ay VQ over IB. So basta meron ng presence ng bending, lagi na yan. VQ over IB na kagad yung shear. Okay? So our V, kumpitin lang pala natin. Bali yung ano lang to, no? Summation of forces. So yung V natin, yung ano lang, yung ito lang. To. Okay, so that's 1/2 times 13.84 times 2.4 times 0.3. So that's 4.9824 kilonewtons. Okay, so we have 4.9824 9824,000 para maging Newton. Tapos yung Q natin, again, pipiliin natin, ito yung magiging, dito kasi mangyayari yung maximum shear sa neutral axis kapag rectangle. So yung area above, ito yun. Okay, ang thickness niyan, 75/2. Tapos yung width, 300. So yung Q natin, first moment of area, that is 300 yung base, yung height ay 75/2. Tapos yung moment R nandito sa gitna ng 75/2. So 75/4. Ayan. VQ over I, again, 375 cube over 12. Tapos yung B natin is yung kahabaan nitong fiber na to, which is 300. Okay? So our shear stress will be equal to times 300. Ayan. So our shear stress would be 0.332 megapascals. Okay, that's letter A. Next, what should be the thickness to prevent failure? So siguro ang iniisip natin dito is ano daw yung hinahanap, ang hinahanap is itong thickness na to. So ano daw dapat yan para hindi mag-fail? Paano ba mag-fail? Di ba mayroong binigay na allowable stresses? Ito oh. Yan. So kailangan hindi lumagpas dyan. Pansinin nyo kasi sa bending, naging 14. So lagpas na siya dito sa allowable natin. Doon naman sa shear, Actually, sa shear, okay lang siya. Okay lang yung ano natin, yung thickness na 75. Ang nag-fail lang siya dun sa bending. Okay? So dahil doon, i-resolve natin siya or i-compute natin siya dun sa bending lang. No? Number 3. 10 point, ilan yun? 10.4. We will redesign yung thickness. So yung thickness na tinutukoy ko, ito. Ito, we will retain this to be 300. Okay, we will redesign T based on bending. Okay, so bali, ang gagawin natin, itong MC over I na to, yung MC over I na yon, papalitan natin to. Gagawin lang nating T. Pati ito. Okay, at dapat, yung magiging stress dito, hindi lalagpas ng 10.4. Okay? And we will just resolve kung ano yung T na kailangan. So yung T na yon, solve natin. Ay dapat hindi lalagpas ng or hindi liliit sa 87.55. Okay, or approximately sa choices kasi naka by tens o di approximately 90. No, approximately 90. So we will always round up kapag ka dimension. Okay? So that will be our answer for number 2. Okay? And that's how we solve this problem.